Blunt, who are big friends of ours from Missouri, went and met with them, and he said, absolutely great stuff. Then he got on a plane and went to the Middle East with the president. That was that weekend. And Saturday, we got a snapshot of the budget, and it said, eliminate Brand USA and use the money for border security. And so we began looking at that, and I'm thinking, I don't know if he even knew. Because, you know, here you are on Tuesday, me and two senators saying, love it, and then it's stripped out of the budget. What we think happened is the Heritage Foundation doesn't like Brand USA. And they've been fighting Brand USA from the day we proposed it for 8 years. 9 years. They look at it as corporate welfare. They say it's a handout for corporations and everyone should do their own job. I maintain is, hey, you folks helped, meaning government, cause this problem. You ought to be part of helping with the solution. And the neat thing about it is no money from taxpayers goes into Brand USA. Visitors pay it. About $40 million goes to Homeland Security for processing. $100 million goes up into a pot for travel promotion, and it can't go any higher. But the only way the industry gets 1 penny out of it is puts a penny in or a dollar. We have to match dollar for dollar. So the industry has to have huge skin in the game. And then it overflows last year, $54 million for budget reduction. When it was created, it passed by an overwhelming majority. When it came up for reauthorization, here was the vote. In the House, it was 347 to 57 in favor of Brand USA. So, and Oxford Economics just came out and said, hey, Brand USA incrementally added 4.3 million visitors, 13.6 billion in direct spending, and 200,000 jobs over the past 4 years. So if you look at it, and then the tax is $3.9 billion. So think of the logic. You're going to take $100 million that's not paid by taxpayers out of the game. You're going to lose the $50 million that goes to deficit reduction, and you're going to hurt yourselves by $3.9 billion to save $100 million. Makes no sense whatsoever. So the bottom line, it was created by an act of Congress, and it will take an act of Congress to turn it around. So we're working extremely hard, and as I said at IPW, you know, I heard Nate say also, Brand USA is here to stay. It's just a matter of we've got to make that happen, and we will make it happen. Lastly, I want to talk about a huge opportunity that we have in the travel industry. Years ago, Willie Sutton was asked why he was the biggest bank robber in the world. Why he robbed banks? He said, that's where the money is. So we're focusing very much on leisure because that's where the money is. Over 2/3 of the revenue from the travel business is leisure. And the rest is business meetings and business travel. Over 2/3 is leisure. So we started finding some statistics that were scary. In 2000, we, as a nation, took 20.2 days of vacation in the year 2000. In the year 2014, we took 16 days. We had lost 4.2 days in that very short period of America taking time off. We began talking about us becoming the no-vacation nation. What did those days add up to? They added up to 662 million days that weren't taken. People had been earned and been paid to take. They didn't take. We became a nation of what we're calling work mourners. And why? We thought maybe was it money? No. We asked people why they didn't take the vacation. 43%, highest amount, said, there's too much work to do. Now that we've been skinning down and downsized, I have so much on my plate, I have to work so hard before I go on vacation, and then when I come back, I have to work 3 times as hard just to catch up. It's just not worth it. Then another group, next highest percentage, 34%, said nobody can do what I do. When I leave, the place comes to a halt, and therefore, nobody can do what I do. And so the bottom line is I can't take time off, for vacation. So when you really look at it, that's what's happening. So all these days that people don't take, 201 million of those 662 days go away forever. A lot of companies have use it or lose it. So come December 31st, you lose them all. So Arnie Sorensen, who's president of Marriott, sent a note to all the Marriott folks and said, what would you do if I gave you 4 days extra pay on January 1st? And then December 31st, I sent you a note and said, I want my money back. Give me my money back. You'd be pretty ticked, wouldn't you? He said, that's what you're all doing. As a company, you're giving up over 4 days of vacation every year that you're paid for that you haven't gotten around to taking. The liabilities that sit on corporate books that roll forward is $270 billion. So it's a monster opportunity, not just for us, but for retail, for dining. What do you do when you have a day off? You call one of your girlfriends or boyfriends or neighbors and say, hey, I'm off today. You want to do lunch? You want to go to a restaurant? Hey, we can go somewhere tonight. And that's what you do. So you spend money everywhere. So we're trying to figure out how can we change that? And then the idea came up, well, why don't we take a lesson from our grandmothers? Guilt. So if we can really use guilt, maybe we can change it. So I got a little video to help make you in California feel a little more guilty about not taking vacation. Here, roll the video, please.
This year, you won't be at your best friend's side when she gets married, but you will have the most unused vacation days in the office. You won't see her first steps, but you will memorize every foot of your commute. You won't read that book from the back of this boat, because you're reading this presentation from the back of this conference room. And the only anniversary you'll take time to celebrate this year will be held in the break room. She'll still get married. She will still learn to walk. That boat will still set sail. If you don't take time off, the only thing missing will be you. But it doesn't have to be that way. Explore the upside of downtime. Fall in love, or jump into the heart of the action. Because when you're there, you can make a lasting memory, or be part of a last memory. Time off may give you a sense of perspective, or a sense of adventure, or just a chance to slow down and connect. But no matter how you spend the time or the feeling it evokes, we all get to what's important the same way, by taking time off. We've become a nation of work martyrs, letting vacation days go to waste while we waste away at the office. It's time for a change. Project Time Off is a national movement to shift culture so that using personal time off is not considered frivolous, but essential to strengthening families and improving personal health. A business investment with proven returns and an economic necessity. Join the movement. Take a day. See what you're missing.
I mention this here because California, you're among the worst offenders. Californians last year left 90.4 million days of unused vacation on the table. Just think of what it would mean for you if they took 10 million of those, 10% of those days. What it would mean for this industry and elsewhere. 61% of all employees in California leave vacation they lose on the table. The worst cities in America, among the 10 worst cities, LA and San Francisco are right up there. So California has this challenge. And so we put out this list of best cities, best states, worst states. And I know a lot of you are making hay from that because the media loves that. Worst this, best list. And I know Carolyn's been on several shows and many of you have talking about this. And that's the idea. We got to get people talking about it. We started talking about this 2.5 years ago. In 2014, as I said, we took 16 days vacation. The latest research came out is America is now taking 16.8 days of vacation last year. That's a plus of $50 billion. So a little movement in this huge number makes a phenomenal difference for all of us. So my short time together, I love being in California. I love being here. Congratulations to Barb Newton and the team. You've really taken Cal Travel to a next level, and that's great. Glad you're all engaged, and please stay engaged and get engaged with us if you're not. US Travel, we'd love to have you on the team. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.